Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today we're going to see Game 2 of Cubs and Mets in Wrigley Field. The Cubs dropped Game 1 in extra innings in a heartbreaking loss to the Mets that actually saw Kerry Wood thrown out of his first game as a manager, arguing a call at the plate. So we're going to see Game 2 of Cubs and Mets today, and let's see if we can get some lineups for today's game. The Mets are going to send Corey Oswalt out to pitch. This is his second start of the season. The Mets will send out a lineup of Rosario, Nimmo, Conforto, Alonso, McNeil, Cespedes, Ramos, Marrero, and the pitcher Oswalt. They have a lot of O's. I think we could actually rename them the Cheerios if we had to. The Cubs are going to send Chris Archer out to the mound. He's making start number 16 on the year, 4-6 with a 3.69 ERA, 135 WHIP. The Cubs lineup will feature Happ, Santana, Bryant, Contreras, Shaw, Hayward, Tauchman, Archer, and Javier Baez in today's lineup. The game time temperature is 71 degrees and the wind is blowing in off the lake at 10 mph. Let's get this game underway. Chris Archer out here on the mound to face Amed Rosario, leading off the game for the New York Metropolitans. The Cubs come in at 34-39, Mets coming in at 40-32. Cubs trying to make up some ground in the NL Central, hoping to win this game, starting out already 5 games under 500. Archer, with a 1-2 count, gives up the single to Amed Rosario to lead off the game for the Mets. Brandon Nimmo now the batter, 3-1 count to Nimmo, and he gets it off the end of the bat to left center. That is going to be playable. Santana ranges over to make the catch. Conforto now batting, 1 out, 1 man on. Archer, and there's a steal attempt. Contreras with the throw down to second, but it is late, and Rosario has 12 steals now on the season. Conforto now batting with a 2-2 count, 1 out, and he pops it up to right. Again playable, Hayward coming in and putting it away for out number 2. Archer pitching now to Pete Alonso with 2 outs, runner in scoring position, 2-0 count. And there's a grounder back to the mound. Archer has it, throws to Shaw to retire the side. Well, the Mets get a base runner, but he is stranded. We go to the bottom of the first of a 0-0 game. Ian Happ leading off against Corey Oswalt. I hear Roy Oswalt is somewhere in the stands. There was a nice little moment between Oswalt and Wood at the beginning of the game today. 2-2 count. Oswalt with the pitch. There's a high fly ball to right field. Happ crushed that one. That's going to be 15 rows up in the bleachers. I don't know if we even have 15 rows in the bleachers, but I know they expanded them. Happ has just given the Cubs a 1-0 lead. Nice piece of hitting right there by Ian Happ on the 2-2 cutter. And now, Danny Santana is going to face Oswalt, with the Cubs staked to a newly minted 1-0 lead. Santana flies it to deep left field. However, this one is going to be held inside the park as Cespedes backpedals and makes the catch on the warning track for out number 1. Chris Bryant now the batter. He comes up, 1 out. Nobody on base. 3-1 count. And Chris Bryant pops it up to left. Cespedes has to come in for this one, and he does put it away for out number 2. Contreras now batting, 2 outs, nobody on, 2-2 count. Contreras swings and misses for strike 3. We go to the top of the second inning with the Cubs hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Archer will face the Mets' Jeff McNeil here in the top of the second inning. 1-1 count. Archer looking for the sign and coming to the plate. And that's popped up to short. It looks like Baez will call off Happ and make the play for out number 1. Cespedes now batting. 2-2 count to Cespedes. And here's the pitch. There's a grounder to third. Bryant has it. The throw goes to first, and Cespedes is retired for out number 2. Ramos now batting. 2 outs. 2-2 count. Nobody on. Top of the second inning. That's a lot of 2s. And there's a pop up to right, except the second baseman is going to go back and get it. And he will make the 3rd out. Happ makes that catch in short right field. We go to the bottom of the second inning of a 1-0 game. Corey Oswalt now pitching against Shaw to lead off the Cubs half of the second. 2-2 count. Oswalt looking in. Here's the pitch. Grounder goes up the middle. The shortstop has it. The throw to first, and Shaw is retired for out number 1. Hayward now batting. 1 strike count, 1 out. Hayward grounds it down the right field line. However, the first baseman, Alonso, stabs it, preventing it from getting into right field. And he steps on the bag for out number 2. Tauschman now batting with a 1-1 count, 2 out. Tauschman pops that up to left. Again, hit deep, but warning track power as Cespedes tracks it down for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 3rd inning of a 1-0 Cub lead. Archer facing Devin Marrero, playing 3rd base for the Mets. 0-2 count, Archer with the pitch. Grounder to first, Shaw has it, flips to Archer, and that'll be the 1st out of the 3rd inning. Corey Oswalt now batting. His dad, Roy, pitched against the Cubs several times. Oswalt and Wood have a little bit of a history with each other. And there's a fly ball to right. Hayward has a long run, but he's going to catch that one in the well down the right field line for out number 2. Rosario now batting against the pitcher Archer with a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be lined into left, basically right at Tauschman as he makes about 2 steps in and puts it away for the 3rd out of the inning. Going now to the bottom of the 3rd, we have a 1-0 Cub lead. Chris Archer leading off, batting against Oswalt, 1-2 count. Archer swings and misses at a big curveball, and that is out number 1. Baez, the batter, with a 1-strike count. Baez knocks that one into straightaway center field. That is going to go all the way to the wall. Baez has extra bases. He's heading into second. He's going to slide into second safe with a double. Nimmo had to go all the way back to the wall, and he did well to get that ball back into the infield and prevent Baez from having a triple. Happ now batting. He had a solo home run in the 1st. Coming up with a 2-2 count and 1 out, runner in scoring position. And Happ knocks that one into right field. However, a diving catch is going to rob Happ of an extra base hit. Conforto made an excellent defensive play, and Happ is retired for the 2nd out of the inning. Danny Santana will now bat. He steps in from the left side against the righty Oswalt. 2 outs, first pitch to Santana, and that one is driven down the right field line. There's no doubt about that. Santana has just hit the 2nd home run of the game for the Cubs, and now the lead is 3-0. 407 feet down the right field line. So now Chris Bryant comes up against Oswalt. Cubs now on a 3-0 lead. 2-ball count. Bryant waiting for the pitch. Ground ball to short, but the shortstop bobbles it, and Bryant is going to be safe at first. They're going to credit Bryant with an infield single. Apparently they're saying that Rosario wouldn't have made that play regardless. So Contreras now batting. 2 outs, 1 man on, 1-2 count. Contreras pops it up to right. Conforto will have a play on this ball, and he grabs it for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, the Cubs get another home run. This one puts them up 3-0. Chris Archer now the pitcher, coming out, staked to a 3-0 lead. He's going to face Nimmo to lead off the Mets half of the 4th. 2-2 count from Archer. Here comes the pitch. There's a grounder to second. Happ has it. Throws to Shaw for out number 1. Conforto now batting. 1 out. Nobody on. First pitch from Archer. Here it comes. That's going to be popped up to left. Tauschman goes back, but he will have room. And he makes the catch on the warning track for out number 2. Alonso now the batter. 2 outs. Nobody on base. 1 and 2 count from Archer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Alonso heads back to the dugout as the Mets are retired in order. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning of a 3-0 Cub lead. Travis Shaw leading off against Oswalt with a 1-strike count. And Shaw lifts one into left over the shortstop's head, but the third baseman goes back, and Marrero makes the catch in short left field for out number 1. Jason Hayward now batting, 1-strike count, 1 out. Hayward grounds it to second. The throw goes to first, and Hayward is retired for the 2nd out of the inning. Tauschman now batting, 2 outs, nobody on base. Tauschman grounds to second. The throw goes to first, and Tauschman is retired for out number 3. Cubs go down in order in the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th inning, 3-0 Chicago. McNeil leading off for the Mets against Archer. Archer's sitting on 52 pitches here in the top of the 5th. 1-strike count. Archer looking in for the sign. And that's popped up to center. And Santana is going to make a sliding catch to pull that ball out of the air and record the 1st out. Yoenis Cespedes now batting for the Mets. 1 out. Nobody on. Full count to Cespedes. Payoff pitch. Liner over Baez's head and into center field. That is going to be a base hit for Cespedes. And so now we're going to see Wilson Ramos. Cubs with a 3-0 lead. Ramos batting with 1 out, 1 man on. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw goes to second as Cespedes is attempting to make the steal, and he is safe. Cespedes has his 2nd stolen base of the season. Marrero now batting. 2 outs, 1 man on. Cespedes on second with a 1-ball count. Here's the pitch. Grounder back to the mound. Archer has it. Throws to Shaw to retire the side. The Mets get a base runner, but he is stranded. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning of a 3-0 Cub lead. Chris Archer batting for himself here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch from Oswalt. Archer knocks that one into the right center field gap. That's going to be extra bases for Chris Archer as he rounds first. He is heading for second. He is going to slide safely into second base with a double. Lead-off extra base hit for the Cub pitcher here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He says, we got to add to this lead, guys. Let's get some more runs. Baez batting. He comes up with a 1-2 count. Runner in scoring position, and Baez pops it up on the infield. The shortstop has it. Rosario making the catch for out number 1. Ian Happ the batter now. Ian Happ with 1 out, 1 man on. 1-2 count. And Happ swings and misses for strike 3. So he heads back to the dugout, yielding to Danny Santana. Santana coming up. He has a home run and 2 RBIs already in today's game. With a 1-strike count, Santana waiting for the pitch. That's a grounder to short. The throw goes to first, and Santana is retired on a very close play. So the Cubs waste the leadoff double, and we go to the top of the 6th inning of a 3-0 game. Oswalt batting for the Mets here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 count. Archer with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Archer sends him back to the dugout with a fastball. That is strikeout number 3 on the day for Chris Archer, and now Amed Rosario will be the batter as the Mets turn the lineup over. 2-0 count. Amed Rosario lines one down the right field line. That's going all the way to the wall. That to be basic. Extra bases for Amed Rosario. He rounds second. He is heading to third. Hayward does not attempt the throw to third. The throw actually goes home. They were afraid he was going to try for the inside the Parker. So that is a 1-out triple for Amed Rosario, his 3rd of the season. And now Brandon Nimmo batting with 1 out, runner on third. Mets trailing 3-0. 3-1 count. And there is ball 4 high. Archer allows the walk, putting runners on the corners with 1 out. Conforto now the batter. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Conforto with the check swing strikeout. And he is retired for out number 2. The Cubs can play the infield back now with runners on the corners and 2 outs, and Pete Alonso the batter. 2-2 count to Alonso. Archer working. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Archer gets a pair of critical strikeouts to end the Mets' 6th inning and squelch the rally. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 3-0 Cub lead. Chris Bryant batting, facing off against Oswalt with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. There's a liner into left. That'll be playable as Cespedes hustles and gets the leather on it for out number 1. Contreras the batter with 1 out, nobody on base. 0-2 count to Contreras. That'll be a base hit into left. That splits the gap between third and short, and Contreras has a 1-out single. Travis Shaw now the batter with 1 out, 1 man on, 2-0 count to Shaw. Shaw hits a weak roller up the middle. The shortstop fields, and the throw goes to first as Contreras advances to second on the fielder's choice. There are now 2 outs, and Hayward is the batter. Cubs trying to add to a 3-0 lead. 1-2 count to Hayward. And there's a big swing and a miss on a sinker for strikeout number 4 and the 3rd out of the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th. It is 3-0 Cubs over the Mets. Archer, with 95 pitches, coming out to start the 7th inning. He will face McNeil, Cespedes, and Ramos here in the Mets half of the 7th. 2-1 count from Archer. Here's the pitch. That'll be a grounder to first. Shaw has it. Steps on the bag for out number 1. Cespedes now the batter. 1 out. 2-2 count. Cespedes waiting for the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the circle change. Archer fooled him there. Strikeout number 6 on the day for Chris Archer. And now Ramos the batter with a 1-1 count. 2 outs. Archer working. That's a liner to left right at Tauschman, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning of a 3-0 Cub lead. And now I am proud to announce that for our 7th inning stretch today, we are going to have Brudar Mars as our guest conductor. Mike Tauschman is going to lead off for the Cubs. It'll be Tauschman, the pitcher's spot, and Baez in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tauschman waiting for the pitch with a 3-1 count, and that's a liner past third into left field. Tauschman with an inside-out swing gets a base hit to lead off the Cubs half of the 7th. Archer is going to bat for himself here. It looks like a sacrifice situation with Tauschman on first. First pitch to Archer. And there's a grounder weakly hit to short. The throw goes to first. Well, it wasn't a bunt, but it worked the same as a sacrifice. The fielder's choice is credited as Tauschman advances to second. There is 1 out, and Baez is the batter. Baez waiting for the first pitch, and he hits a grounder to third. The runner is looked back to second, and then the throw goes to first for out number 2. Ian Happ now batting with 2 outs, 1 man on. Cubs up 3-0. 1-2 count to Happ. And that is popped up on the left side. The third baseman has it in foul territory, and that is out number 3. So the base runner is stranded. We go to the top of the 8th inning. 3-0 Cubs. Nick Burdi will be the new pitcher for the Cubs. He's going to be brought in to face Marrero, the pitcher's spot, and Rosario in the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 count from Burdi. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase one outside. And that is out number 1. Dominic Smith will be the lefty pinch hitter against the righty Burdi in the top of the 8th inning. 1 ball count. Burdi to Smith. And there's a grounder to first, and it gets by Shaw down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. I don't know if they're going to credit him with an error on that or not, but that is a 2-base hit for Dominic Smith with 1 out in the top of the 8th. It looks like that's going to be a base hit. Shaw is not given an error, although it kind of looked like the ball could have been playable there. Rosario now going to bat with 1 out, runner in scoring position, 1-2 count, Birdie. And he gets up a line drive into the right center field gap. That's going to drive in a run. Hayward cuts it off, gets the throw back into second. They have a close play, but Smith scores on the Rosario RBI double, and now the Cubs lead is cut. It is 3-1. Nimmo now the batter, facing Birdie. 1 out, 1 man on, 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Nimmo is set down. Strikeout number 2 for Birdie, and now Conforto is the batter. 1-2 count, Birdie with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, Birdie strikes out 3, but allows a run. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning of a 3-1 Cub lead. Seth Lugo will be the new pitcher for the Mets. Seth Lugo comes in with 37 2/3 innings thrown, 13 walks, 28 strikeouts, and a 3.11 ERA. He will face Santana Bryant Contreras here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-2 count from Lugo, looking for the sign, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Santana is set down on a breaking ball, and Bryant now is the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 count to Bryant, and that's going to be a base hit in the right center field gap. Bryant rounding first. He is heading for extra bases. The ball comes back into the infield. Bryant slides safely into second. He has a 1-out double for the Cubs in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that will bring up Wilson Contreras for the Cubs, looking to extend this 3-1 lead. Contreras with a 1-1 count, and he lines one past the third baseman into left field. Bryant rounding third. He is heading home. The throw comes home. Bryant slides, and he is safe. And the Cubs have a 4-1 lead. Contreras comes through with the RBI single, and Bryant scores from second base. 4-1 Cubs. Travis Shaw now the batter. With 1 out, 1 man on, 2-2 count to Shaw. Here's the pitch. Shaw lines that one up the middle, but that is going to be a double play. Stepping on second and throwing to first is the shortstop. And the Cubs, just that fast, are out of the inning. Well, another run is scored on the Contreras RBI single, and now we go to the top of the 9th. Cubs looking to close this one out, leading 4-1. Iglesias coming in to pitch. He is going to face Alonso, McNeil, and Cespedes here in the top of the 9th inning. 0-2 count. Iglesias looking in, looking for the sign. He is 19 for 22 in save conversions this year. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Iglesias sets down Alonso for out number 1 in the 9th. McNeil now batting. First pitch from Iglesias. Here it comes. Popped up to left. That'll be playable, medium depth left field. And it is caught for out number 2. Tauschman reaches up and gets the leather on it. Cespedes now batting. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-1 count. Iglesias with the pitch. Popped up to center. Santana's coming in, and he puts it away for out number 3. And the Cubs are victorious, 4-1 over the Mets in today's ballgame. The Cubs get 1 run on 5 hits with no errors. The Mets get 1 run on 5 hits with no errors. Cubs get 4 runs on 9 hits, also with no errors. Today's player of the game is Cubs starter Chris Archer. He improves his record to 5-6. 7 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts today. Corey Oswalt pitches 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs all earned, 4 walks, and 2 home runs allowed. Iglesias is credited with his first save as a Cub. He throws a perfect 9th inning. Birdie allows a run, but is credited with the hold for pitching the 8th. Well, the Cubs improved to 35-39, while the Mets dropped to 40-33. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.